Alright guys, what we're going to be doing here today is we're going to be taking a look, disassembly, and then reassembly my AR-15. I just did a little gross cleaning, I guess you could say, of it, and just thought it'd be a good idea. Maybe throw a video up of it on Facebook just to see what you guys' thoughts are. We're going to discuss a little bit about philosophy in here, so if you're not in the mood to get deep, or if you're not too bored, you probably don't want to watch this, but without any further ado, let's get into it. First things first that we're going to do is we're going to set the gun on its butt. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand here. Lean it. Then we're going to check if the gun's clear. And if you guys can see, it's a little dark up in there, but it's clear. There's an empty mag in, so the bolt locked back. So we'll take the magazine out. Once again, we check the chamber's clear. So I'm going to go ahead and let the bolt down. Give it a wrap so it seats. Give you a good look at it first. That's how it looks before we take it apart. It'll look like that after. Alright guys. Once again, I'm going to set it up on its stock. If you didn't notice that bullet is there, that's not going to go in the gun. That's the only tool you need to disassemble the gun. You use it as a punch. So what you do is you set it right there, and you punch out that pin. And look at that, it works perfect. Now the gun's open. How in tarnation are we going to get this one out though? A little bit of wriggling. You can use the bullet pin. In fact, I think I'm gonna. Like I said, kind of difficult to do with one hand here. There you go, look at that. Thanks, Independence. That's the name of that bullet, by the way. It's an Independence 62 grain full metal jacket. I think they're pushing 3,200 feet per second. Don't quote me on that, you can go on their website. Anyways, let's crack this puppy. Upper from lower receiver. We're not going to get too technical with the lower receiver, so don't get too excited. Upper receiver. Taking apart the gross parts, a kindergartner could do this part. Take the bolt out, charging handle out, and set the upper side for later. Alright, what we're going to do next is we have our bolt carrier group. Now this is going to be the hard part to do. We're going to take our bullet, which I do have right here, in the same hand as the camera, because I'm that pro. See that little tiny cotter pin right in the center of the screen right now? There's a little key on the opposite side. We're going to pull that out just by using the bullet to push it. See, it's detented now. See, there, I pulled it out a little bit of the way just so you can see it. Yep, we're going to take that out. Right away, I'm going to show it to you guys. Here, where's the camera? There you go. Just a little cotter key. It's very, very tiny. Don't lose it. Alright, next, the fun part. We get to bang things. Hulk smash. That's the firing pin. Alright guys, we're almost done here. We're going to push the cam head all the way back. That's this thing right here. Going to rotate this to the left. And we're simply going to pull up towards the camera right now. And what drops out is the locking lug, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. But the firing pin goes through there, and it just ties everything together. Alright, so we're going to take the cam head out. We can take a look at it, inspect it. Make sure there's no cracks. Alright, I knew there wasn't, I just cleaned it. But anyways, so what we're going to do is now thoroughly take it apart. See if we can't get it back together. Alright, first things first, we're going to get this set up. Remember, when you're getting this back together, is that the extractor always goes on the right hand side. So obviously it's going to look left because the barrel's facing towards us technically. So we're going to put that right in. Use a little bit of pressure, that gets it in good. Set the bolt down. Grab this. And you need to rotate this head a little bit because it has a hole in it. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Yeah. My lighting sucks. Anyways, you're just going to have to take my word for it this time. And you just want to insert that like that. And then you want to twist it. And then you can pull the bolt forward like that. Voila. Next step, firing pin. This hits the primer. It's pretty important. Hard. Is it stainless steel? Yeah, it's steel. Oh, there's a weight at least. I think you can do it while it's down. Alright, I just guided it in there, and I'm going to drop it. Oh yeah, perfect. Push it a little bit. You should be able to see daylight through that little tiny hole. Yep, right there. That's a good thing. That means that we are ready for the tiny, tiny, tiny cotter key again. So we're just going to put this back in the detent where we found it. This is what your finished product looks like again. Forward, backwards, and then we're going to pull the cam head here forwards. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. There you go. Now, there's a little trick here to doing this, and hopefully I'm going to lean, hopefully I get the right camera angle here. Alright. Take your lower receiver. Take your upper receiver. Oh, this pin just went back. Alright, so set down. Oh, wow, the pins went back in. You line it up like that first before you put the pivot pin in, and then use this hand to slap the pivot pin in. When you do that, then it folds open like that. You take the charging handle like this. Stick it in the gun too far. Drag it out. Then you push up while you're dragging out, and it'll instantly find a spot. And you can push it forward, and it'll go in and out all day without coming back out. Take your bolt carrier group. Make sure the cam head is forward. Oh, come on, guy. Alright, well, I'm going to do a quick safety check. Just because you guys probably need to see. The gun is clear. And we're going to hear, can you hear the click? Perfect. One more time just to make sure. Perfect. Well, once again we're going to lock open the bolt here just to be safe. Safety is number one, guys. And sorry, there was no way to do that with one hand. Anyways, so we're going to take this magazine and voila. So that's a sexy little gun there. You may be asking yourself why I need it. I mean, why a guy would ever need this many bullets to defend himself? Well, the question is, you don't. But in case you need to make a follow-up shot, your double-barrel shotgun isn't really the best. I understand people think that their double-barrel shotgun is going to be a cannon that can destroy a tank in one bullet and is the end-all be-all of all things no matter what. And I really hate to tell you this, but it's not. Actually, we did some ballistic tests. Hopefully I'll be able to post that video. But a shotgun went through 8 walls of drywall at 7 yards. So that's longer than any room in your house unless you live in a mansion. At 7 yards, it went through 8 drywalls. And we have the test to prove it. That's with birdshot too. That's not with buckshot or a slug. My 223 did the same thing. The 223 Ackley Improved did the same thing, and a 22 long rifle went through 4 walls. So, whatever you use, You just need to be careful with shot placement, making sure your background is right. But anyways, I said I was going to get into philosophy, and thank you, Jason, for having this discussion with me, and I'm glad I could help you so much. Me and this guy were talking, and that's not his real name, it's just the one that he asked me to use when I did this video. He asked me, why do you need a gun? And I said, well, what if people were going to come and do evil things? And I use the word evil stringently because when I say evil, I'm not thinking of nefarious vampires and stuff like that. I'm thinking of someone coming in and hurting my sisters, or doing something to my family, or raping someone, or killing someone even. I mean, possessions can be replaced. I'll sit in the corner and point my gun and tell them to get out while they steal my TV. That's not what I'm worried about. I never want to have to take someone's life. That's my thought about it. But what he said to me later, and this was the big part of the conversation, was he said, why don't you use a baseball bat? And I thought about it and I was like, Jason, let's assume that you're better with a baseball bat. And that's saying that the person coming in isn't 6'7" and a behemoth that can overpower you and take the baseball bat and then use it against you and your family. But let's just assume that for some reason, whatever, you know, it's a little tiny nerd that snuck into your house that you can overpower. Well, anyways, you're telling me that you're going to use that baseball bat to beat in his brains and watch his blood and brains spatter all over the place? That's sick. And when you take the gun out of the violence, the main factor's there, and the gun becomes a non-issue. This might be deadly. Well, that doesn't make it any less deadly than this. Yeah, this is unplanned. I was actually just cleaning this too. Yeah, this is a pellet gun. You don't... This is unregistered. This is secret. Anyone can buy this. The government doesn't know I have this. This is registered. But this isn't registered. Nobody knows I have this. You could kill a person with this. You could kill a person with this and no one would ever know. You could take a frozen soda can. I could take this Gatorade bottle and I could fill it up with ice, and it'd be more of an effective weapon than that because it's silent. A knife. You can make a knife out of wood. These scissors right here. You could kill someone with these. But when you see this, don't think that this is the end-all be-all, because it's not. I don't ask every person to be pro-gun or anti-gun. I just ask everyone to think for yourself. Okay, so don't listen to any politicians, whether they're right-wing or left-wing. I'm a libertarian. I'm right in the middle, man. So, when it comes to this, I'm sorry, guys. You have the right and the duty to protect yourself. That means, the duty means that you have to protect yourself. That means we're counting on you. What, the 2 people that watch this video? Hopefully one of you people is inspired. Even if both of you aren't inspired, but at least you guys think for yourself, or at least you guys look up something that I'm saying. That'd be more than enough. So, I mean, I'd appreciate it that you guys gave me a like, because they got rid of organic spreading, that's the word I'm looking for, in Facebook. So, what that means is that my video will only reach about 30 friends on my Facebook, and I have like 600 friends. And, yeah, so the more it gets liked, the more people are going to see it. So that's why you see a lot of photos. I hate to use this reference, but girls now, you see their photos with 150, 300 likes, 200 likes. It's because it will refer that photo to all the friends that like it every time. So that'd be awesome if more people could see this. I mean, I want to see some people that are angry. I want to see some people that are happy. I want to see people's opinions on what I've said today, and, you know, maybe they have the guts and the skill to beat someone's brain in with a baseball bat, but they used to say, God made men. Colt made them even. See you in Mattson, guys. Inbox me your questions, or leave a comment or like. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.